Hey, fellow Game Masters. It's been a while, but welcome back to the RPG Daily. Um, it's been a week. It's been a really long week for a lot of folks in the D&D and tabletop. I don't even want to call it the D&D community anymore. The tabletop gaming community, tabletop RPG community. That's better. It's been a long week for everybody in this. I had not made a statement. I hadn't posted anything because I did not feel that I had much information or much knowledge on legalese. So I had kept quiet, and I wanted to wait and see what Wizards of the Coast was going to say, and I wanted to see how they were handling the situation before I kind of made my statement. And now I saw how they handled it. So if you're not in the know about what I'm referring to, I'm talking about the current Wizards of the Coast OGL debacle. The OGL is the open game license that's been in effect for 20-something years, which allows third-party publishers to release content in using the Dungeons & Dragons system, 3.5 and 5th edition, and it's part of the reason why 5th edition was so popular. There was massive amounts of content being created by hundreds of publishers, thousands of publishers, I believe at this point, including some really big companies that have made some supplemental material, and they just made the game better than what Wizards could do. Wizards didn't have the manpower to make it what it is right now. So this OGL has been in existence for 20-something years, and then Wizard of the Coast said, okay, for one D&D, the new D&D, they're going to have a new OGL that will allow publishing. That OGL got leaked. The wording and the technical wording was pretty bad in terms of these different clauses and stipulations and how people could or could not use the material. And it also, the big thing was it was attempting to revoke the original OGL's licensing, which the original OGL had said it was irrevocable. So there's a lot. I'm very basic summarizing it. They also had things in there where they could take the content that you create and publish it how they want without any royalties. If you made over a certain threshold of money from your product, you would owe them royalties. You would have to submit, a plan of what you were going to make. You'd have to send them the final product when you were done. There were a lot of things that were pretty sketchy. And another big one was they could change the terms of the agreement at any time, as long as they gave you 30 days notice. So it wasn't good for the consumer. It was not good for the third-party publishers. It was not good for the community at large. And everyone spoke up. It was first leaked by, I don't know who actually first called them out, but I know Indestructible had a big part of it. D&D Shorts was a big part of it. Nerd Immersion shared a lot. Roll for Combat. Again, hundreds of creators spoke up against it. I stayed quiet, not to add my voice into the din of sound that was going on, but here's what I'm thinking now. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday, and the day before yesterday became the day where everyone canceled their D&D Beyond subscriptions. We had found out that, and this made perfect sense, of course, Wizards of the Coast was looking at D&D Beyond subscriptions as the most accurate way to see how much money they were making or going to make, and it was probably their only continual monthly source of income at the time. So 2 days ago, everyone canceled their D&D Beyond subscriptions, and people are still canceling today and yesterday, sending a message saying, no, we're going to cancel this. So Wizards of the Coast, after about 11 days, they finally made a statement that was very much garbage. It was a bad PR move. They were trying to save a little bit of face. They were trying to get the community back on their side to, agree with them that thing, wasn't bad, and trying to explain themselves. They made some promises that they could, that they were going to change the new OGL and take out all the clauses that people were really complaining about. But more importantly and more likely, I believe that it was a maneuver to stall for time. They did say they're not publishing the new OGL right now because they need to make changes to it, of course. I'm guessing they're going to wait about 6 months, wait till the ire of the community dies down and people kind of go back to business as usual, and then they'll come out with it again. They'll send it out. Things that they had claimed in their statement didn't make sense either. They said what was leaked was a draft version, but then we found out that they had sent this version to other publishers with contracts for them to sign, which you don't do with drafts. That's not how that works. So a lot of things didn't add up. So what does that mean for the D&D community? A lot of people are moving away from Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of people are looking towards other systems. That's been the big push. And a big thing happened 2 days ago also that kind of put me on the path that I'm looking to go on in this new year. So it's 2023. I've been terrible. Like, this channel is basically dead at this point. I haven't posted a video on here in forever, even though I hit 2022 wanting to do so much. I didn't. We can get into that another time. But in 2023, the plan is to do some live streams more often. That's what I have time for, is to plan out and do, 1 hour or 2 hours a week doing a live stream, talking about things. But I am moving away from Dungeons and Dragons. That's my big statement. I've spent a lot of money with the company, well over $1,000, probably more. Like, I've spent a lot of money on D&D Beyond, giving it to Wizards of the Coast and saying, here's your money, I would like your stuff, here, take your money. But even I had to kind of reconcile my thoughts. This is not the company that I want to support. This is not the practices that I want to support as a consumer. And as a content creator, I don't want to give them any more free advertising. Not that it's a lot, but it's something. So I'm done with Wizards of the Coast. I'm done with D&D. I'm done with Magic the Gathering. I've bought a lot of Magic cards. I've played Magic Arena. I've been in that community, not as big as Dungeons and Dragons, but like, I'm over it. I'm done with the company. They can go suck it. I'm moving on to different systems. I'm currently started reading Pathfinder 2E. I do want to go back and check out Pathfinder 1. I'm going to go be reading GURPS. I'm keeping an eye on the Kobold Black Flag project. Basically, I'm looking towards the future of tabletop role-playing game, in my opinion, is going to be better with more creators, more systems being seen. And so that's where I'm going to put my attention. It's not going to help me grow the channel that much. Other content creators have said, you put D&D in the title, you're going to get more clicks than if you put Pathfinder in the title. I don't care about that anymore. So, going to be live streaming stuff, going to be playing new systems, going to be talking about new systems and how those work and trying to dissect them and look at the different things. Maybe learn a little bit about game design myself from learning these new systems. So I hope you'll join me in that. But I just wanted to give you my stance on things. I'm over it. I'm done with this company. They made a lot of money as it is, and greed knows no bounds. So we'll see you later, I guess. Maybe I'm not even going to hold my breath for them coming out with another edition and a better OGL. I'll keep an eye on them, but that's about it. I hope this has been a little informative. I'm going to leave a bunch of links actually in the description of other videos you can watch, other places you can read more about the situation at hand and form your own opinions on it. But I did just want to share my 2 cents because I feel like I have that responsibility. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one.